Good morning. Good morning. Are you so excited for today? I am so honored to be here. This is my 5th conference. I have been a part of this program since its inception, and truly it is one of my most favorite days. And I'm so proud of the organizing committee. I'm proud of the school for hosting and creating a space for us to have these intersectional conversations. And I'm just really excited to be here with you. And I'm also a little bit nervous. I speak professionally all over the world, but what I'm going to share with you today is actually a keynote I've never delivered. And when I was thinking about what I could come and talk with you about this morning and how I could share something from my life that might be of service for you, I dug in the way, way back machine. So you're welcome. Let me give you a little bit of background. I was born in 1973. I heard somebody go, ooh. Yeah, 1973, and just to put that into context, we definitely had no Netflix, no cell phone, and certainly no social media, and for that I am eternally grateful for photos like this. You're welcome. I will not tell you the circumstances behind that photo, but just trust that I have never shared that photo publicly, and thank goodness, but I think that there's this incredible pressure that we have around social media to perform, right? And when I talk about performing, I don't mean performing like this. You're also welcome. This is my bat mitzvah photo. Apparently in the 80s, mime was happening, y'all. And just in case you're concerned, those are people's signatures around my face. If you've ever been to bat mitzvah, you know. I hope they're still doing that. But that's 13-year-old Jess. And I think about how I might have engaged in social media today. I'm really happy that I had some privacy to experience some of these moments together, but this was just one of the gems that I found when I just recently went home to Florida to my childhood home and visited my family. And I found something else. I found this journal from 1991. It's when I started keeping a journal. I was 17 years old. I had a serious headshot game happening. But I remember being 17 and actually not loving a lot of things about my life, my body, my appearance. I hated my hair. Now I would kill to get those curls back. But I found this journal, and I thought if it's okay with you, I'd like to read you an excerpt. This is 11 days before I left to go to college when I was 17. I leave for college in 11 days, and I'm scared out of my mind. My mind is overwhelmed with thoughts and fears, dreams and desires, and obstacles. I'm facing an entire world of the unknown, and I'm not quite sure what to make of it. I'd always thought I'd be ready for this time in my life, but now I have doubts. Who am I? What will I become? What if I don't reach all of my dreams and goals, or worse, what if I do? This is all too frightening, yet I have to continue to go on because I want to. Every day I have a new feeling, and sometimes it's a feeling I've never had before. And it makes me feel good to possess such a unique feeling, but then I feel bad trying to discover what that feeling really means. Deep down inside, I know I'm gonna be okay, so why do I keep putting myself through this emotional roller coaster? I'm 17 right now, and I have the whole planet at my reach. My life is just beginning, and I know this. I'm just scared to take the first step. Show of hands, how many of you could relate to what I just wrote in that journal? Kind of see you. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I feel like some of what I wrote, maybe all of what I wrote, is pretty applicable to today, and I'd be lying to tell you if I didn't ask some of those questions still 30 years later. But when I think about the opportunity that I had at 17 to reflect like that and reflect privately and sort of wonder about my future, I think about the difference in this generation right now. And I think about the one big difference. I think some of the wonderings are all the same. The soul searching, the curiosity about belonging, the wondering where you're gonna be in the world. I think that's universal. That's been going on for eons and will continue afterwards. But what is different for your generation is the pace of the world that we live in and the way that we live in it. And there's a lot of reasons for that, right? And I promise I'm not going to give you a fuddy-duddy speech about the dangers of social media, but what I do want to do is invite us to think about the pace of our lives, how fast we're moving. We live in a 24/7, always-on culture. We worship at the altar of busyness. We value the hustle and side hustle. And we show a highlight reel of our life most days when we post on social media. There's an incredible amount of pressure to feel like we know where we need to be and to know who we are. And so oftentimes with all of that pressure, we're invited to look outside of ourselves instead of to look within. So when I was thinking about what I could bring you today as a message in all of the years of my experience in life, it was that. It was an invitation to look within. Because I think fundamentally the inner life that you experience will always be infinitely more complex than anything we can post on social media. Our lives, if you think about it, the experiences that we have, they are terrible, they are amazing, they are scary, they are awesome, and they are everything that makes our life really unique. And you won't be able to capture that all the time in a photo or a meme or a video, nor is our life always designed to be consumed. Ultimately, behind all the performing that we do, myself included, I think is this desire to belong. My friend Brene Brown says we're hardwired for belonging, and I think that's true. And think about it right now. Think about where you belong. Right now, we belong to groups like our families, our school, our friends, our relationships that we're in, and we build our identities based on the things that we do. We see ourselves, that's what our identity is. The way we see ourselves can be based on the things that we do, the grades we get, the sports we play, the activities that we're involved in. But as we go through life, and as you go through life, you're gonna find that these groups are gonna change, and these activities are gonna change, and your identities are gonna change and grow. So really, when I wanted to talk about belonging, I wanna talk about developing a relationship with yourself. One of the most key relationships you can have. To belong to yourself is to develop that relationship. You don't need to know yourself right now. You get to learn about yourself. And in order to do this, in my experience, it's been really helpful to slow down and care a little bit less about what I put out in the world and a little bit more about what I put into my life and my experiences, because your life is a beautiful product and a process and an opportunity for you to shape it the way you want. So when I talk about belonging, I don't talk about belonging as a title, as a relationship, as a body shape or size, or even as an achievement. Belonging is the journey of discovering who you are. And here's the secret that nobody really told me early on that I want to share with you, that you will never be done discovering who you are. Nobody is done discovering, not your parents, not your teachers, not the people you admire out in the world. We are all continuously learning about who we are. And that is the point of our life experiences. And you will not have a perfect path, because that doesn't exist. And you will make mistakes, I guarantee it. And that's okay. The journey is designed to be messy and scary, and quite honestly, and I hope for you, most incredible. Your relationship to yourself will be different from others, so try not to compare or judge, because there isn't a roadmap to follow. The point is really to create your own path. And that's why I'm excited about today. Today, you have an opportunity to really think about this. You're gonna be hearing from incredible speakers. You're gonna be absorbing really impactful stories. So ask yourself, and give yourself permission to look within, to be curious. Ask yourself, what could this story mean for me? How does this make me feel? What does this spark inside of me? I want you to ask yourself those questions today, because this school and this program has created a space for you to do so. So let's take advantage of that. I spent a lot of time reading through this journal. It wasn't only just the 11 days before I went to college. This journal actually captured my entire first year of college. And so I thought, since I already showed you 16-year-old Jess, 13-year-old Jess, and 17-year-old Jess, you might as well see what the 90s produced for 18-year-old Jess. You're also welcome. Welcome to the 90s. I want to cue the tie-dye hanging up. Yes, clap if you can feel me from the 90s. The crochet beret, the choker, and if you look really closely, on the wall, there is a phone, a rotary phone. All of those questions that I asked myself before I went to school, what is it gonna be like? Who am I gonna be? Am I gonna reach my dreams? What if I don't? Newsflash, I didn't get any of those answers my first year of college. and I still haven't gotten them 30 years later. But I did read the last entry of my journal, and when I read it, I knew I had to share it with you. This was the last day of my freshman year of college, and I said, I can't believe it. I'm really here. It hasn't hit me yet. I'm beginning to feel good about being different. I feel good about being me. But I do have so many mixed feelings right now. I'm still working on myself and loving the person I'm becoming. And I don't know whether to jump for joy that I'm here or cry and long for the older days. This is the final day of my freshman year, and I think I'll jump for joy that I'm here and that I'm starting my new life right now. I wrote that at 18, and when I thought about her and I thought about bringing her to you today, I thought, what a wonderful permission for us and a great reminder to jump for joy. Jump for joy that you're here right now, and this is your day. This is your day to explore and to learn, and I truly, truly wish you such joy on the journey of learning about yourself, and I hope belonging to yourself first. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, everybody.